Hi everybody, welcome back to my music channel. Today is going to be another music review. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the new single by Danielle Bradbery called Sway. So this is the first single that she's put out in a couple of years, and it's the lead single off of her second project that's coming out later this year. She's been playing it in live shows for a couple of years, and I've loved it ever since I first heard it, so I was really curious to hear what a studio version was going to sound like. The song itself is really interesting because it doesn't really fit into any one definable genre, even though it's being marketed as a country song because she is a country artist. To me, it's always sounded more like a jazz or like a blues rock jazz mixed with pop and R&B kind of song. I don't really hear a lot of country influences in it. I know that a lot of her fans wanted her other song Potential to be the lead single, but I think that Sway was a really good choice as the lead single from her new project that's coming out because it's very radio friendly, it's catchy. I think it's very universal in its sound because it does have all those mixtures of genres in it, and the lyrical content just talks about like dancing to a song on the radio. Like everybody can relate to that, and so I think it was a really good choice as the lead single from her new album. She also co-wrote the song, so it kind of gives it a more personal feel, and it allows people to see what she's like as an artist and as a songwriter. For those who may not know, Danielle won The Voice a few years ago, and she was only like 16 when she was on the show and when she released her first album, and now she's almost 21. So if you haven't really followed her since The Voice or her first album, I definitely recommend checking out Sway and some of her other new music as well, because it definitely shows a more mature, grown-up artist than what she was back then. And because she co-wrote Sway and she's also been able to co-write all of the songs on her next album, it shows more of her own voice as an artist and as a songwriter, and we get to hear more of her like personal stories as opposed to when she had people writing songs for her. You may be pleasantly surprised at the difference and the growth in her from when she was on The Voice and on her first album and she was only 16 to now when she's gone through a lot more and developed more as a performer, as an artist, as a songwriter. Whether you're a fan of hers or you're not a fan, or you know who she is, you don't know who she is, I recommend just checking out the song because like I said, I think it's so catchy. It's definitely an earworm of a song. The production is really good. There are a couple things about it. I liked the song a lot when I heard her perform it live, and it was going to be interesting to hear how it was going to sound in a recorded studio version. So she did like this behind the scenes video with Tidal a couple of years ago that was released on YouTube, and I might link that in the description box for you if you want to go and check that out. And they used some kind of recorded version of Sway for that video, and it definitely does sound different than this new version that they released, so it does appear like they re-recorded it, which makes sense because that other version was recorded a couple of years ago, so it makes sense that they probably wanted to update it and make it more suitable for radio and stuff. But I did notice a difference in the recordings. The new version definitely sounds more pop. There's a lot of like vocal effects and stuff like that, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but I know that a lot of fans kind of aren't super crazy about all the effects they put in. But I think it definitely adds a lot to the song, and I think it makes it more radio friendly. It was a little bit jarring at first to hear how produced it was because we're so used to hearing a live version anyway. I think once you get used to the changes, it just gets better with every listen. One thing I do miss, like my one contention kind of about the new version, is that if you listen to the Tidal version, in the second verse, there's like this little guitar lick in there that was like really bluesy and stuff, and then for some reason in the new version they like changed it and they made it more simple instead of like bluesy like the other one. That's like the only thing I wish they had left in there, otherwise I would be 100% happy with the song. But regardless, I still love the song a lot. I've been listening to it on repeat a lot, and I think that's the kind of thing you're gonna want to do with the song because it's such an earworm. Overall, I think the production is really solid. It's a really good song. I think it's definitely better than a lot of the stuff that's being played on country radio right now. So I definitely recommend checking it out because I think it's the type of song that almost anybody will love just because it has such a universal sound and a universal message to it that like everybody can relate to, and it's just a really feel-good song. That's what I love about it. I am definitely looking forward to everything else that she's going to release this year. I've heard most of the new songs that she's played live in concert, and I really like pretty much all of them, and I definitely think this sound that she's going for is really interesting. It's not just like one genre or the other, it's like a mixture of genres, which is really great for me because I love all types of music and I know that she does as well. If you're interested in checking out the song, you can purchase it on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon, and you can also stream it on her YouTube channel and Spotify. So I will leave all the links I can find for where you can buy it and listen to it down in the description box below if you're interested to check it out. That concludes my review of the new single by Danielle Bradbery called Sway. If you liked this video, feel free to subscribe. You can also leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of Danielle's new single. Hopefully you enjoy her new single as much as I do, and I hope to see you in my next video.